Okay, we're on Bechorot, Perek Aleph, Mishnah, Bab 6 Mishnah, in the first chapter of Masechet Bechorot. We're continuing to learn about Pidyon Heter Chamor, the redemption of the firstborn donkey. Special mitzvah in the Torah. Says the Mishnah, Me'afrish Pidyon Heter Chamor Umei, if you designate Hafrasha, meaning you redeemed the Pidyon Heter Chamor, okay, onto a seh, onto a sheep as you're supposed to, but then the animal dies, and the seh dies before you could give it to the Kohen. So the question becomes, do you have an obligation? You didn't give it to the Kohen yet, so you have to do a new one and give it to the Kohen, or what can you do? Rabbi Eliezer, chayavin ba'achrayuto. Rabbi Eliezer says you are chayav, you are obligated ba'achrayuto for its achrayut, for its for its well-being, for its property. Okay, to replace it, you have achrayut, your responsibility. It's like the 5 coins of a ben, of a pidyon haben. Meaning, it's obvious that when you do a pidyon haben, let's say the Kohen, you have a child, you redeem the child, and then you lose the money before you give it to the Kohen, you have to do it again, you have to give that to the Kohen. So here, says Rabbi Eliezer, the same thing is true. Until the seh gets to the Kohen, you're chayav b'achrayuto, you're responsible for it. So you have to replace it. The Chachamim said, en chayavin b'achrayuto. Okay, you're not obligated with responsibility for it. Kipidyon maaser sheni, just like redeeming maaser sheni. When I have maaser sheni is produce that you have to take to Yerushalayim. It's a tenth of the produce, and you have to bring to Yerushalayim to eat it there. So you transfer the value of the produce. You have 100 bushels of oranges. Who can take 100 bushels of oranges? You transfer it on money, and you bring that money to Yerushalayim. You buy food there. If you lose the money, What can you do? You don't have to replace it. So who is more? So what is the reason for Rabbi Eliezer? The Torah says, because Rabbi Eliezer says, look at the psukim. If you look in Shemot Yud, it says, right? All firstborn chamor, donkeys, you should redeem with a sheep, sheep, whatever. If you don't redeem it, you have to break a sek. We'll see in the next Mishnah. All Adam and all human firstborns, you should also redeem. So he says, look, the Torah connects the two explicitly in the pasuk. So just like you're responsible to replace if you lose the money from Bechor Adam, so too for Bechor Seh. The Chachamim say yes, the redemption is the same, but doesn't mean you have a chiyuv achrayut in the same way. The halachot don't transfer in the same way. Anyhow, Ha'id Rabbi Yoshua, Rabbi Tzadok, Al Pidyon Peter Chamor Shemei. So Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Tzadok testified about a case of Pidyon Peter Chamor, the redemption of the firstborn donkey that died. Exactly that case. She'en kan the Kohen klum. The Kohen doesn't get anything. Meaning, Rabbi Yoshua and Rabbi Tzadok haskin like the Chachamim. They held like the Chachamim. Made Peter Chamor. Let's say before you redeem it, right? Before you do anything, let's say it dies. Okay, meaning, I'm sorry. Even after lachar shifrish pidyon, even after you designated the redemption, but you didn't have the opportunity to give it to the Kohen. So the question is, does it have some kind of kedusha? Rabbi Eliezer says, until you give the set to the Kohen, remember because he said chayavin ba'achrayuto, there's a chiyuv ba'achrayut, so until the set gets to the Kohen, the kedusha still remains on that pidyon peter chamor, and therefore, if it dies, it has to be buried, and that you can have hana, you can benefit from the taleh, from the sheep, because the transfer almost like is on hold until it gets to the Kohen, and the kedusha remains on the peter chamor, on the donkey. Sanctity, and therefore you have to bury the donkey and the sheep you can use. The Chachamim say no. The transfer is a transfer. If the animal dies, the animal dies. You don't have to bury it like a dusha. And the sheep goes to the Kohen because the transfer occurred. Just like we held before, like the money, the transfer occurred, and you have to, even if the animal dies, you have to give the sheep to the Kohen. We'll stop here. Dedicate our learning. Remember my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Have a good day.